This is ULTRAKILL, a fast-paced FPS game that requires a lot of movement, and I mean a lot. It is one of those games where stopping all movement in a fight means almost certainly that you will lose. However, a loss is not guaranteed if you do that. So, that got me thinking, what if I booted up a fun, exciting program that allowed me to play the game with only my voice? Alt fire. Stop. Bullet punch. Punch. Ah! So, this is the Prelude. The first room will normally teach you the basics, but here it will teach you the complex strategies. The first strategy we actually came up with was this one. The strategy does carry us for a little bit of the Prelude, up until a specific level. The first trial, or something like that, would be the room with the glass floor. When it comes to this room, we use saw blades. However, this room is not our main issue. It is the next one. For starters, we were not experienced with movement, so we fell a lot. Along with that, jump timings were hard for us. Even though we could have just dashed on the last part of the room and finished it sooner. The reason we had trouble with jump timings is because the voice spot has delay when turning your physical words into command inputs. At the same time, the bot has the chance to misunderstand you, which gets really bad later on. Other than that, however, this was a fairly easy part of the game. Up until 0-3. 0-3 was painful. Most of the time we spent in this level is trying to figure out this one jump and not skipping the level because I didn't even think of rocket riding until sometime later. However, we did get fairly creative when it came to beating this jump. Getting through most of the encounters in this level was also fairly easy considering our already fully developed strategy. However, it became very clear that we wouldn't be able to just keep using this strategy. This is the first boss in the game that actually tests our original strategy to see if it works all the time. Turns out, it doesn't. So, we needed to think of something new. Construction equipment. By using the drill, we guarantee that we get some passive healing so that we can switch weapons without the threat of dying. You know, just don't miss it. The strategy ended up being very good, and trust me when I say this, you will be seeing this weapon a lot throughout the entire challenge. Anyways, now we can keep going throughout the level. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride and ain't nothing gonna slow me down. Yeah, the second phase is almost the exact same. The only difference being he is faster. However, this is fine. It takes a moment, but it's fine. 0-4 is nothing special. We can literally skip this one. 0-5 is when things get intimidating. Notice that I didn't use the word scary. That is because it is a joke depending on what happens to you. The first attempt, we got dunked on, but the second attempt, they got dunked on. They decided to corner us at the very start of the fight, which actually ended up being a huge advantage for us. Ha! You think the power of friendship is going to save you from my Team Fortress 2 scattergun? I think not! Limbo is when things get more difficult, which is expected later into the game. We, of course, get extremely lost, as I can never remember the order that you have to go in for this level. We then get extremely stuck trying to figure out the skull before whiplashing it, because that is very easy to aim. Now, we run into another problem. See, up until this point, we were able to consistently use the saw blades to deal with groups of enemies. This was because they were grounded. However, a new problem arrives when these guys are introduced, since, they can change their elevation. No problem for us, though, for I can just shoot my coins. Well, that should be easy. Man, the arenas have been fairly easy to traverse so far, with only small difficulties. Maybe, for sure, the rest of Limbo will be the same. Oh, I forgot about 1-2. Yeah, so this level is interesting, to say the least. This first room is normally very easy to get through. However, if you remember how movement works in this challenge, it isn't easy. We spent so long just trying to jump up there before falling back down and failing. Oh man, is this really it? Is this when the challenge ends? Would I seriously be defeated by a vertical wall? No. There must be something I can do. right? Wait, this is it. I got it. I can finally move on from this room. Alright, grab the blue skull. We died? Apparently we still have it. That's fine. We are going to win. What the fuck? 1-3 is also a big joke. You know, up to the staircase, which isn't that bad. After the spiral staircase, we find a surprise tool that will help us later. Turns out later was sooner than we expected it to be. Oh man, finally, a peaceful level. I sure hope no robots that move like me are in here. V2, fuck this guy. He is so fast, in fact, to the point where it is hard to see him. Call this man Waldo, because I cannot find him. Now, for a fight like this, you would assume we would have a strategy, and you would be around 50% right about that. You see, we, for some reason, recycled a strategy that we knew didn't work anymore for anything that could change their elevation by literal decimal points. However, the other 50% of the strat did work, slightly, but not by much. You see, since V2 can move fast, we need to hit him with something that cannot physically miss. Money, the solution to all of my problems. It took some time to do and a lot of how? This was also when VoiceBot began to give up, as it did freeze a couple times in this fight. However, through trial and error, along with V2 staying out of my fire range by literal pixels, we somehow did it, and we're free to move on to... Oh, hey, where will I have to go? I recently learned that I made this harder for myself, but... Hey, no longer changing it now, since we did do this part on, October 1st. Yes, I did procrastinate working on this video, but it is out now, so who cares? Anyways, the main problem with this first level was the vertical platforming, which wasn't helped by the fact that horizontal is already a hassle, but we were able to do it in some time. Unfortunately for us, however, the next level took over 70 minutes. The reason was that, we died a lot. However, it was mostly the final room that gave us trouble. Mainly because I had no idea that the only requirement for getting through each area was just breaking the breaker boxes. I didn't know that the enemies were optional, but again, we cannot change what happened, so we move on. Now, when it came to 2-3, we had our doubts. However, we did not let that end our runs. Nope. This level didn't take an hour to beat. Now, you may be thinking, Duckling, isn't this the level that introduces the Mind Flare? Yes! However, we did have a strategy so that we wouldn't have to fight them. It is called doing the secret level. You see, by doing the secret level, we end up skipping any part of the level that wasn't required in order to enter the secret one. You see where I am going with this? By doing the secret level, we are able to skip both Mind Flares in the level. We still fought the first Mind Flare in the game, though, since I wanted to understand its patterns. The main reason we wanted to skip the final arena with the Mind Flare and multiple other enemies was because, well, there would be other enemies. Trust me, this bites us in the ass later. Anyways, boom! Secret level! Now, when I tell you I have never said the word fire more times in a row in my life, I am not joking. Felt like I was desperately trying to tell everyone which nation attacked an avatar. Ah, yes, my favorite place in hell, Subway. It's where I can get physically abused because I made the footlong wrong. My brother in Christ, you made the sandwich. Oh, he didn't like that. Well, hey, I can just hide in here and he cannot hit us while we can sit here safely without any danger. Alright, well, maybe he can. Listen, I thought you said you wanted olives. Oh, God, I guess not. Here, let me see if this can help you out. Ah, now I see why he didn't want olives. Anyways, welcome to Gluttony, where all of my hope for completing this challenge began to slowly fade before being reignited after actually beating the level. Anyways, I am getting ahead of myself. We are just gonna do that. Yeah, the rocket launcher is most certainly a run saver, specifically because we were able to skip the first Mind Flare of this level. Wait, no, please, no. I don't want to remember. I don't want to relive that. No. This arena took let's just say a long time. You see, the drill is very good against mind flayers. You know, when they decide to stand still. My mans think he is Dr. Strange. This
Life
is pain.
is pain!
Every time we missed the drill, the feeling of dread would spread across at least a 5-mile radius from my location. Missing could happen for multiple reasons. For one, we could miss because they, the other reason is because of auto-aiming for the, wrong thing. So long, random Pepsi man. We shall meet later in the deeper layers of hell soon, my friend. However, I had a new strategy. As you can see, there is acid in the arena, which makes me melt like I'm a witch from The Wizard of Oz. However, it does this to enemies too. So our strategy was simple. We were not going to use acid. Why? Uh-oh, getting out of the acid was going to be an issue. Oh, hey, I have a small hole to hide in. Please work.
Shotgun. Fire. 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 Dash. Dash. Pistol. Forward. Jump. Stop. Turn around. Alt fire. Forward. Jump. Jump. Forward. Jump. Stop. Turn around. Forward. Stop. Less down. Fire. Fire. Less down. Fire. Forward. Less right. Forward. Jump. Stop. Turn around. Alt fire.
Yes!
We can now fight Gabriel. Oh, hold on, wait. Welcome to the small intestines. It is my favorite hiking trail. It is also apparently a palace to my man's Gabriel for some reason. Anyways, it's time to fight him.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
Welcome to the, boss fight. Here, we will learn how much longer we feel like living. If V2 was Waldo, then Gabriel is Goku, and I am the child who recently beat cancer. The fact that voice bot was not listening more often did not help with this situation either. I'd rather read the FNAF lore than do this challenge anymore, but we keep going. So, the strategy for this level was simple, but also complex. It was simple in that we just had to run back and forth while also shooting coins and drill shot. But it was difficult because we had to run back and forth while also shooting coins and drill shots. You see, if you have paid even one brain cell of attention so far, you would understand that commands have delay, and that the what command only lasts so long, meaning we have to repeat ourselves like we are speaking to a toddler. Meanwhile, Gabriel has the power of God and anime on his side, which is a stark contrast. He is the storm that is approaching. He wants us to show him our motivation. Meanwhile, I am moving like one of those physics models. But we keep going and decide to show him our motivation. Internet points.